Good morning, everybody. So we're working on laterals today. We got some done. We're about, what do you say, 2/3, 3/4?
3/4.
3/4 done with the laterals. So we're gonna go put some of them in. We'll kind of explain how we're doing, and you can check that out. And hopefully we'll get them done today. So we're getting closer. So enjoy the video. So we're done on the creek side, or the uphill side of the creek. You see the creek's down there, and there's the other sub main. So what we've tried to do is come in all on the one side of the line, sub main. So what that will allow us to do is walk along without having to duck under all these laterals. So we'll be able to walk along, and when we get to each of these saddle loops, we'll be able to check for leaks. So what the plan is now is we're going to jump to the other side. You see Jim over there. There's like 5 trees right over there. I think you can see the ribbon on them. So what we'll do is we'll catch those 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to jump across the other side of the creek and tie into the main on the other side. Same with over here. There's that one that the actual sub main's touching. But we're going to catch that one, this one, and then jump all the way across the creek to there. So it's going to kind of screw our ducking under the lateral thing up, but it's probably the easiest way to get those 2 trees in. Otherwise, we're going to be tapping that tree up probably here, which is about 6 feet off the ground. So that's the plan. Okay, so here's what we're doing. So Jim's putting an end hook on here with the 2-handed tools. So while he's doing that, I'm going to show you what we're doing. So we got 1 here, 2, that smaller one right there, and then in the back there, there's another one. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll come down into the line. So I'm going to take this. Got to do this one-handed. Come around the tree. Sorry. Around this tree. We're going to kind of weave this one in because maybe in a few years that'll be big enough. And it'll also help us keep some tension on the line. Around this one. And finally to our end tree. And this one is probably big enough. Not quite. So what my guide is when I wrap my arms around the tree, if my fingers touch or overlap, it's not big enough for 2. If they don't, it's big enough for 2. So now what I'll do is I'll just work my way back, put a little tension on it, get it up on the tree where we want it. Jim's up there, he'll take up some slack. I'll hop up here, give it a little tug. We learned last year you can't lean too far into these because we actually ripped a couple. So then I'll take it down here and I'll hold tension on it. Jim will come down and take it, and I'll take the 2-handed tool. Jim's got it there. It's probably not going to work, but maybe Jim can hold it. So we'll kind of measure it out and be able to stretch the line a little bit. So clamp that on. Get the hook. Put the hook in. Make sure you're facing the right direction. Haven't done that this year yet. Press that on. Take the tool off. And then go over and catch the line. And we just cut this off. We'll come back later and put the saddles on. That's it. All right, well, just a little update. We got all the laterals finished. What I'm going to do is I'm up on the top of the escarpment right now. I'm going to pause this for a second. I'll turn the camera around and you can kind of see down in the bottom here. So hang on one second. Okay, so here we are. That's the main line on the other side of the creek right there. This is the one on the near side, and you can see, if I zoom in a little bit, I don't know if you can see the laterals coming down there, all over on the other side. There's one, and then on this side you can see them coming down also. And that's kind of that swamp right down in there, is that swamp that kind of separates everything. And I'll pan over here, and we went all the way up to the top of the escarpment. So we got probably a good 7,500 feet of drop over here on some of these laterals. So there's some pretty long runs over here. We've already started looking at expansion, not expansion, but well, kind of ways to pick up other taps. You can see Jimbo down there. Not sure what he's picking up the old tubing. So that's part of it, is cleaning up the woods after yourself. So we've identified a spot where, in the previous video, I said we were going to run a sub main up. We think we might actually run it up further, kind of around the knob where I pointed those trees out, and follow this creek. Follow that creek there. Hang on. We'll follow that creek down and around that knob. This knob right here is the one I'm talking about. We'll follow that down and around, follow the creek, and then we'll have to put a trail crossing in on the other side of that knob. But that'll eliminate some of these really long runs we have down here. I don't know if you can see them, but there's some down there that are probably 150, 180 feet long. But Chris, if you're watching this, you'll understand. You deal with Brett, so there's always that one more tree. So, but that's it for the lateral lines. We're going to get the vacuum pump going next, and have that ready to go here shortly. All we got left to do is put the drops in and the tees, and then we'll be all set with that. We'll get the vacuum pump plumbed in and the releaser all set up, and we'll be all done with that. And then I think we're ready to go. We still got to get over to the woods in Pekin and get some stuff cleaned up over there and get things ready, but we're getting a lot closer. We're back at the winery. Today is saddle day. As you can see, we got a little snow. We got about, I don't know, it's probably about a foot. And we got more weather coming in after this. Tomorrow's supposed to be the only day above freezing, at least through the end of January. So looks like we got a couple weeks to get things finished up here, but we're going to work around the weather as best we can and try to get things done here and done at the woods, so when it comes time, we're all ready to go. So I'll kind of show you what we're doing here. So what we do is we get our lateral lines here. This is the first one we'll do. It comes down here to the main line. So we'll get some of the snow knocked off. Some of these we're going to have to put loops on, saddle loops. So get everything cleaned off. This is going to be kind of the pain in the butt part, is getting everything cleaned off. So I'll get this all ready to go, and then we'll show you here. All right, so we got our saddle loop on. Press that on. So we got this new tool, and what this does, we clamp this onto the main line. Jim's down the line here, getting ice off. So we clamp this on the main line like that, and then all we do is turn the handle and it drills into the main line for us. Let me just back it out. Open it up, and there's our hole. So then we take the saddle, and it's got a gasket in it right there, and that sets down in the hole just like that. Hand that to Jim. Then we close up. There's a little plastic tab on the bottom, I guess. We close that up to hold it till we can get the screw started. And it goes through and catches the other side. Just like that. And then we put one of these little elbows on. And I think last time we put it on here first, but I'm going to change things up. I'm going to try putting it on the end of the tubing first, see if that works a little better. We'll put it on here. And then that goes in here. And then we take the tubing tool. Oop, you gotta do it the other way because the razor blade's in the way. And then we just press that straight in. And there you go. So there's two done. So we only, what do we figure? 69, right? 69.
Yeah.
All right. So only 67 more to go. We take our tool out, maybe without getting our fingers caught, and we're on to the next one.